am angry because an extremist United States Supreme Court thinks that they can impose their extremist views on all of the women of this country, and they are wrong.
Yeah.
Not long after Senator Elizabeth Warren's outburst over the prospects of the justices overturning Roe v. Wade, 8-foot wire fences were erected around the Supreme Court. Never in history has such a measure been taken.
You don't care if people die!
And as protesters surrounded the homes of Justices Brett Kavanaugh and Samuel Alito, the Senate voted unanimously to extend police protection to their immediate family members. Welcome to the unhinging of America.
Why don't you make sure that they can raise them instead of forcing them to get an abortion?
White Christian fascists are about to decide what women can do with their bodies.
Gay marriage, even interracial marriage are now back on the table.
Today, it is difficult to identify any corner of American life that has not become disconnected from what once were considered normal restraints on behavior, personal or political.
You better run, cops!
That then-President Donald Trump remained silent as a mob stormed the Capitol in January 2021 was an abdication of responsibility cut from the same cloth as Chuck Schumer's threat to the Supreme Court justices the year before.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
If leadership at the highest levels of American governance are willing to live at the brink of violence, no surprise that so many others think, I can do whatever I want.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
No recent event more galvanized a country numbed by excess than Will Smith, an until then respected actor strolling out of his seat at the Academy Awards to slap down Chris Rock.
Oh, wow!
Not long after that, comedian Dave Chappelle was attacked on stage by a member of the audience.
The cops are on the way, man.
Smash and grab robberies during store hours, once non-existent, are commonplace. While unrestrained shootings and assaults, often of bystanders, are a constant on big city streets. American life today seems to be constantly at or over the brink of violence, and that violence will be an issue in the November elections.
This is the guy that attacked Dave Chappelle right here.
Days after he was attacked on stage, Dave Chappelle wonders, like the rest of us, why his assailant won't be prosecuted for a felony.
His behavior under California law did not, and I repeat, did not amount to felony conduct.
Progressive prosecutors like Mr. Gascon, elected in a multitude of U.S. cities, call their theory of justice decriminalization. What could go wrong with taking the crime out of crime, other than everything?
Now we take Georgia, and then we change America.
Historians of what happened in these years should consider Senator Schumer a case study in how politics passed from mediation to non-stop confrontation.
The most powerful person in the world, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Heyo, honey!
In the 2 years since Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez was elected to Congress, Mr. Schumer has moved significantly left to deter a primary challenge from the progressive social media star. It worked. There is no primary challenge. But his facile absorption of her politics is why the normally sober majority leader has abandoned measured political discourse.
You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions.
The Supreme Court may well return abortion policy to the states, but instead of joining the political debate, Democrats are resurrecting the days of rage of the 1960s. Then, groups like Students for a Democratic Society, seen here, battled police to get what they wanted. And today, the left continues to push American life toward a state of nature in which such behavior becomes the norm.
My body, my choice.
Democratic Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois offered the starting point to a solution earlier this month. He was talking about a referendum on the Supreme Court.
The answer is in November, when the American people stand up and say this is enough of this culture war at the expense of our freedoms and merit.
I'm sure, though, that many will be voting on the country's epidemic of personal and political violence.